Welcome back. This is part 4 of our AZ-104 prep series. Today, we'll dive into more real exam questions and answers to help you master Azure Administrator concepts fast. Let's get started. Question 26. Note, this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You have an Azure virtual machine named VM1. VM1 was deployed by using a custom Azure Resource Manager template named rm1.json. You receive a notification that VM1 will be affected by maintenance. You need to move VM1 to a different host immediately. Solution: from the VM1 Updates blade, select One-Time Update. Does this meet the goal? This question is testing whether you understand what One-Time Update actually does. The goal is to move a VM to a different physical host to avoid maintenance impact. We need to figure out if the One-Time Update feature accomplishes this physical relocation. The options are A, yes, B, no. Think of this like needing to move your desk to a different office building because your current building is being renovated. The question is asking, will organizing the files on your desk help you move to a different building? The answer should be obvious. Organizing files doesn't relocate you to a new building. Correct answer, no. One-Time Update does not move VM1 to a different host. The One-Time Update feature in Azure Update Manager is designed to install software updates and patches on the guest operating system inside the virtual machine. It's about updating the software running inside the VM, not about changing the physical infrastructure where the VM runs. What One-Time Update actually does, installs operating system patches and updates on the VM's guest OS, applies security updates, feature updates, and critical fixes, works at the software level inside the virtual machine. What's needed to move to a different host? VM redeployment to new Azure nodes, live migration handled by Azure during maintenance, host-level operations that physically relocate the VM. Why this solution fails? The maintenance notification is about the physical host hardware where VM1 runs. Installing guest OS updates doesn't change which physical server hosts the VM. It remains on the same host that's scheduled for maintenance. You'd still be affected by the planned maintenance even after applying updates. Question 27. Note, this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You have an Azure storage account named Storage1. You need to enable a user named User1 to list and regenerate storage account keys for Storage1. Solution: you assign the reader and data access role to User1. Does this meet the goal? The task is to let User1 both view, list, and rotate, regenerate the two access keys that secure the entire storage account. We must decide if the suggested Azure RBAC role gives those exact permissions. The options are A, yes, B, no. Think of the storage keys as the master keys to a warehouse. Listing the keys equals reading the key numbers on a tag. Regenerating the keys equals cutting new keys and retiring the old ones. A reader and data access role is like a security guard who can look around but cannot change the locks. Correct answer, no. Reader and data access includes the list keys permission, so user 1 could see the existing keys. It does not include regenerate key permissions, which are required to create new keys. The built-in role that allows both listing and regenerating keys with minimal additional rights is Storage Account Key Operator Service role. Why the other option is incorrect? Yes would only be correct if the assigned role also had regenerate permission, which reader and data access lacks, so selecting yes would leave user 1 unable to rotate the keys. If this video is helping you, support us by hitting the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Question 28. Note, this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You have an Azure storage account named Storage1. You need to enable a user named User1 to list and regenerate storage account keys for Storage1. Solution: you assign the storage account contributor role to User1. Does this meet the goal? The requirement is very specific. User 1 must 1. List the storage account keys, and 2. Regenerate, rotate those keys. We need a role that contains both permissions, Microsoft.storage/storage accounts list keys/action, and Microsoft.storage storage accounts/regenerate keys action. The options are A, Yes, B, no. Imagine giving a trusted employee the master keys to a warehouse and the authority to cut new keys if the old ones are compromised. Storage account contributor is like assistant warehouse manager. They can see the keys and also replace them when needed. Correct answer, yes. The storage account contributor built-in role includes full management permissions for that storage account, except access to the data in the account. Crucially, it has both list keys permission to view existing keys, regenerate key permission to rotate them. Therefore, assigning this role to user 1 lets them perform both required actions, meeting the goal. Why the other option is incorrect. Selecting no would be wrong because storage account contributor explicitly grants the necessary key management permissions. Question 29. Note, this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You have an Azure storage account named Storage1. You need to enable a user named User1 to list and regenerate storage account keys for Storage1. Solution. You assign the storage account key operator service role to User1. Does this meet the goal? The task is to give User1 the power to both view the two master keys of the storage account and rotate them when needed. We must decide if the proposed role grants exactly those permissions without unnecessary extras. The options are A, yes, B, no. Think of the storage account keys as the master keys to a vault. Listing keys looking at the key numbers on the tag. Regenerating keys equals cutting new keys and retiring the old ones. The storage account key operator service role is designed like a key manager badge. It lets someone inspect the keys and replace them, but it does not give broader control over everything in the vault. Correct answer? Yes. The storage account key operator service role includes only two crucial actions. 1. Microsoft.storage storage accounts list keys/action lets the user see the current keys. 2. Microsoft.storage/storage accounts/regenerate key/action lets the user regenerate the keys. Because the role provides both required permissions and nothing more, assigning it to user 1 meets the goal perfectly. It follows the principle of least privilege. User 1 can manage the keys, but cannot alter other settings or access the data itself. Why the other option is incorrect. No is wrong, because the role does grant exactly what is needed. Denying this would leave user 1 unable to perform the key operations. Want to become an Azure expert? Here's your fast path, beginner to administrator. Start with AZ-900 to build your fundamentals, then move to AZ-104 to become a certified Azure administrator. We give you 1,400 plus real practice questions, mock tests, and even a money-back guarantee if you fail. Tap the link now, get both Azure exam kits, and grow your cloud career from 0 to pro. Question 30. Note, this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You have an Azure storage account named Storage1. You need to enable a user named User1 to list and regenerate storage account keys for Storage1. Solution. You assign the storage account encryption scope contributor role to user 1. Does this meet the goal? We still need the two permissions, list keys and regenerate key for the storage account. The proposed role is storage account encryption scope contributor. We must check if that role includes those key management actions or not. The options are A, yes, B, no. Think of encryption scopes as specialized encryption zones inside the storage account. An encryption scope contributor is like a security specialist who only manages which locks and keys are used to encrypt files, not the master keys to the whole building. Correct answer, no. The storage account encryption scope contributor role is designed for managing encryption scopes within a storage account, creating, updating, deleting scopes. Its permissions focus on Microsoft.storage/storage accounts/encryption scope/read, Microsoft.storage storage accounts encryption scope/write. It does not include Microsoft storage/storage accounts/list keys action, Microsoft.storage storage accounts/regenerate key/action. Therefore, assigning this role would not let user 1 view or rotate the storage account keys. They could only manage encryption scopes, which is unrelated to the goal. Why the other option is incorrect. Selecting yes would mistakenly assume this role has key management permissions, but it doesn't, so the goal would not be met. You're one step closer to passing the AZ-104 exam. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next part.